Hey dear fashion bosses, how are you doing today? Welcome to today's tutorial class. In today's class, we'll be learning how to make this princess bustier dress with a Basque waistline. It's not a corset, it's a princess bustier cut along illusion, okay, with a Basque waistline, as you can see. This is often done on corsets, but we have brought it into bustier. So you learn how to cut the princess bustier with the cuts along illusion lace or net or whatever fabric you are using, and then the Basque waistline. If this is what you like to learn, stay to the end of the class and do not forget to subscribe. Okay, all right. So here we are already on our cutting table. Okay, I already have my lines rolled out, and then of course I'm going to carry you along as always. Okay, I was just trying to clear my table before we go straight. So I have my starting line. Okay, so I'm just going ahead right now to label is my bust point, my underbust, my waistline, and then this length is the Basque length, is 8 inches. From the waistline to the last length is 8 inches, which is for the Basque. Okay, I have my neckline, I have my armhole, I have my front neckline depth, just basic bodies for now. Okay, so we are going to alter the sloper and turning it into a princess that's bustier with a Basque waistline. So I'm going ahead right now to impute my distance between bust, which is also known as nipple to nipple. Okay, so whatever your nipple to nipple is, you divide it into 2 and then add your 0.5 seam allowance. So here I'm using a 4.5. In 9 inches was the nipple to nipple, divided by 2 is 4.5 plus 0.5 inch gave us 5 inches. So I'm just going to connect the line all the way down to my Basque, length, from the bust point to the Basque, okay, length, which of course is the length of the blouse, and then of course is the upper body. Okay, so on my underbust, I'm going to take 2 inches to the other side, and then to this side I'm going to do a 1 inches for a bustier contouring. Okay, I'm sorry about my voice. I did a lot of singing. The vocal has not what they call it, recovered yet, but I just needed to do this video. Okay, so whatever I have as my contour, on the underbust, I brought it down to my Basque line. Okay, 2 inches to the other side, 1 inch to the side, given the size of the bust you are working with. I'm working with a bigger bust, so that's why I'm doing at 2 inches. So I'm just going to connect with a straight roll. Okay, from the underbust down to the Basque line. Okay, I'm just going to do that with a straight roll. Okay, so I'm going to contour from my underbust right now to my bust line. Okay, you know how we do it now to give me my contour, my bustier depth. I'm using my ruler. You can use a free hand if you do not have the ruler to get the curve. Okay, if you are using a free hand, do not forget to come down by 1 inch, from your bust line to prevent it from being pointy. Okay, so I'm going to connect on my armhole right now. I'm going to come down by 2 inches. Okay, I'm going to come down by 2 inches. Yes, from this point I'm coming down by 2 inches. Okay, I'm going to make a point there, and then I'm going to connect from that point into my nipple to nipple line, or my dart line. Okay, so I'm going to do that with a roll, a curve, a slight curve. I'm just going to connect that, okay? I've connected, and that is what we are having. So I'm going to be deducting 1 inch from both side, okay? 1 inch from both side. I'm working with a bigger bust. If you bust your with a smaller, you can do a 0.5 or a 0.75. So I'm going to connect that 1 inch into my dart line, okay? So I'm trying to get a proper roll, a ruler that will give me a proper connection, okay? So I think I'm okay with this. I just connected it into the bust line or the dart line. I do the same to the other side, okay? And this is what we have. All right, so our pattern is taking shape. So whatever we deducted from the armhole, which is 2 inches, we are going to replace it. Okay, so we are going to come up by 2 inches, replace it that, and then we get a new armhole line, okay? So that will not run in short when we are joining this. So we just create a new armhole line from that 2 inches. We just extended the bottom part of the armhole by, okay? These are not really new process or new method. This is what we've been doing a lot on the channel, okay? So that is our new armhole line. So we are going to cut the new armhole line, okay? Right. So the next thing for us to do right now is to create our illusion, okay? Our illusion, the yoke, okay? So I come down by the depth of the yoke, how I want it to be, and then I connect it into, the armhole area, okay? That is what I did there. The length of the yoke, okay, just like an off shoulder. And then I came down, by 1 inch to get my sweetheart neckline, okay? And then I'm going to connect the sweetheart neckline into the armhole, okay? So we are going to cut from here. That's the point. So the upper part right now is our yoke. So I connected that sweetheart line into the armhole line, okay, to get a proper curve, okay, for the armhole, right, just like that, okay. So this upper part right now is going to be the yoke, okay. So we're going to add circumferences, okay? Your bust divided by 4 plus your seam allowance. So I actually added 6 inches, 6 inches extra, okay? So this 6 inches is going to cover for the darts we took off, on the middle and all of that. 6 inches just work for me. If you are familiar with this channel, we do 6 inches. After you've gotten your measurements, your bust divided by 4, whatever you get, I just add 6 inches. So 6 inches, you are able to replace the dart you are taking off, on the middle, which is the 2 inches, the 2 inch plus 2 inch on the other side, 1 inch on this side, which is 3 inches plus your seam allowance 3 inches. So I just go ahead to add up 6 inches all the way, okay? And then from the waistline right now, we are going to connect to the Basque waist, to the Basque line, okay? But before we do that, we are going to come out by 1 inch, okay? And then connect from the waistline into that 1 inch we just got. The 1 inch is to prevent it from being extremely too pointy, okay? It just works well. So basically we are done. So these are the parts we are going to be taking off, which of course we have also replaced, okay? It's replaced in our 6 inches, okay? So basically we are done with this pattern drafting. It is not difficult at all, okay? So we are going to cut it this way, okay? But please, when sewing, okay, maybe when we get to the sewing part, I'm going to hint you in on something, okay? I'm going to show you, okay, because I noticed something. I noticed, well, let's get to the sewing parts. I will state that. So I'm cutting my front neckline right now. We're also going to draft the back panel, cutting into my shoulder slope, okay? I've cut the Basque side, as you can see. You know, there is a place for you to draft, and there is another thing for you to know what to cut on and how to cut, okay? If you've watched this video up to this point, do not forget to subscribe, like, give a thumbs up. So I'm just going ahead right now to cut out the parts of this pattern that we need, and then taking off the parts of the pattern that we do not need. Please watch keenly. If you notice, I did not fast forward this part. I want you to see the cutting process. It is very, very, very essential, okay? Not just drafting, cutting is also very essential. You know what parts to cut out, you know what parts you are taking for yourself, okay? So you just follow keenly, all right? Thank you very much if you are a returning subscriber. And if this is your first time on this channel, we say thank you. You are on the right channel. Here on this channel, we upload headwear tutorials and sewing tutorials, okay? So you are really, really on the right channel. Do not forget to subscribe. Do not forget to turn on the notification bell. It enables you to get notified each time we drop new video. So here we are, we have cut out, okay? So I did not cut out the yoke parts, okay? We are going, I did not cut out the yoke part. We are going to use the center front to cut on our lace fabric or whatsoever fabric you are using first, okay? Just like you can see me do. After doing this, we will now come back to cut out the yoke part on the sloper or the pattern paper, okay? As you can see, I've cut out with my lace, the lace I'm going to use. I've cut that out first. Do not forget that. That's why we called it a cut along illusion, okay? We are not joining it. There is no joining. It's cuts along, okay? So I place my pattern this way, I bring it back again, and then I'm going to trim off the yoke parts, which of course we won't be needing it anymore, but you can still keep it because and during the course of joining you may have to be putting it side by side to get what you want. This part right now is the part that we really need, so we are going to use this part right now to cut on our lining. Depending on the kind of lining you are using, I use door face, you know, to cut it, your bustiers, you pad it, you know, and do all of that. This is the part that we need. This is just like an off shoulder, okay? This is just like an off shoulder. This is the part we need. So this is the back panel right now, okay? This is the back panel. It's just a basic back panel, okay? It's also a princess dart. So whatever we did on the front, you know, on the front, on the armhole, we came down by 2 inches. In this back panel, we are not going to come down by 2 inches. We are just going to measure around the armhole, locate the midpoint, and then impute our dart there, okay? Every other thing is just basic, okay? So I'm taking my neckline, okay, extending it to the zippers area, and then I'm coming down by, actually did 7 inches, okay, 6 inches actually. I did 6 inches for the yoke, or as the off shoulder, 6 inches, okay, and then I connected it this way. That's for the yoke, okay, just like you're doing an off shoulder. And then I'm going to come down by 1 inches, okay, to get a bit of curve or a V for the back neckline. See, I'm using a slight curvy part of the roller, or I decided to make it straight. Whichsoever one works for you is fine. So I connected it with a slant to give me a bit of a V. Okay. So impute my circumferences. Okay. This point, you don't need to add 3 inches extra. You just divide your circumferences by 4 and then go ahead to add your regular inches for seam allowances. Okay, so I actually added 3 inches. It's better to be safe than to be sorry. Okay, after my circumference I just added 3 inches more for my allowance. Okay, seam allowances. That way, that's what I did. Okay, so I'm done impute. I'm just connecting my with a ruler. Okay, so right about now I want to take my darts. It's 4.5 inches or 5 inches. Okay, is what I use because it's a plus size. I take it up to where I have my illusion line. Okay, so I came down by 9 inches from the shoulder. Okay, that's where my dart is going to start from. Okay, and then the darts is 5 inches. So I roll a straight line. I take 0.5 on both sides and then I connect to the dart leg. Okay. And then basically we are done with the back pattern. Okay. So like we did for the front, we are also going to use the pattern to cut our fabric, our lace fabric first before taking off the yoke side of the pattern. Hope you understand that. So you just watch what I'm doing and follow keenly. So I think I changed my darts. I didn't get to use a princess dart for the back pattern. I used a regular dart, which of course you saw, you are seeing it on the pattern. So but if you want to use a princess dart, you just follow what I said earlier. You measure around your armhole, locate the midpoint, and then connect into your dart leg. Basically, you're not deducting anything. So I've used it to cut out my lace fabric. As you can see, is a cut along. It does not have a joining. And then I'm going to come back right now and take off the illusion. Okay, the half shoulder part. We don't need that part anymore. We've already gotten it on our lace fabric. So this is the part that we need. We're going to use this part right now to cut on the fabric that you are going to use to line the lace. I actually use an Ankara fabric. Okay, so this is the front part right now, and this is the joining process. Okay, so whatever I have on this, on the, this is the, so the lace we cut out initially. Okay, we are going to place it like this. Okay, like this right now. You see that the upper part of the lace is transparent. Okay, that is the illusion. It's a cut along illusion. So I place my lace this way. You can either choose to sew it down first, or if you can pin it and then go ahead to join the side and the center front. This way, just the way we usually join. But make sure that your under bust notch is there and they are together, and then you join. Okay, so you can notice that you will notice that that side is not as long, is not long, is shorter than the center front. Okay, I'm coming there. I'm going to say something. So this is the back part. I use Ankara as my lining, and then a proper lining, a door face for the main lining. I use a door face to line the Ankara, okay? But the Ankara is what you're going to be seeing on the lace. Okay, so I place it this way, and I've taken my darts, okay, on my lining piece. I'm going to take the darts on the main fabric, which of course is the Ankara and the lace. This time around it has become one piece, okay? So I notch this part, okay, to enable me turn the lining, on the inner parts of the half shoulder, so to say. Okay, so I pull in the lacy part, and then I join it this way, as you can see me illustrate. Sometimes words face us to do all of this illustration. So as you can see, I took my darts, alongside with the Ankara and the lace, okay? So I'm just going to use a bias, to tidy up that rough edges, okay? As you can see, the dart is there on the Ankara and the lace. I took it as one, okay? So you take your darts. I'm still emphasizing on the darts, and then you take your darts on the lining, and then you take your darts on the the main piece this way, okay? I'm showing you again, peradventure you didn't see it the first time. So after taking the darts, this is what we have. The piece has become one. You see, I've joined. So this is the front panel. All right, this is the inner side. As you can see, it has the off shoulder side, and then it has the complete side on the upper part. And this is the lining. I'm going to use the lining to turn it, okay? Turn it this way, as you can see me illustrate, okay? I did a bit of notch there to enable us turn it with ease. So I place it this way, centered midpoint to midpoint. I pin, okay? I first of all pin it, as you can see me illustrate. And then I'm going to sew from the midpoint to one side of the end. Okay, after pinning, do not forget to subscribe, like, and share this video. Drop your question if there is any. So I'm still pinning. As you can see, everything is equal, no excesses, and then I will sew. Okay, and then I will sew the side, and then I will come back to the center front, pin to the other side, and then sew, and then also sew the side. Okay, when you're done sewing, you notch and then you turn. This is what we have. I'm turning right away right now. Okay, and this is what you have. You can see a illusion on the upper part. You can see a half shoulder, on the inside. Okay, like a tube. Yeah, so you can see a tube on the inside, a sweetheart tube. Okay, so if you notice here, this is what I was waiting for. The Basque, the waist, the Basque is no longer equal, okay? Words fails me. So I will advise you that before you trim off your backs, when cutting, please do not cut the Basque, okay? Cut it straight, okay? And then after joining, you can now shape out your Basque. Hope you understand what I just said. Cut it straight on your pattern paper, okay? And then after joining, you can now shape off your basque. Hope you understand what that means. Oh, or you add extra inches to your basque. Like I use 8 inches because of where the client wants it to get to. you can add like 3 more inches, okay? And then when you are done, and you can add like 3 more inches, and then you shape. And then when you are done joining, you will have your exact length, and then you shape off the excesses. Hope that makes a point, okay? So I am done. I'm going to use bias to tidy up the neck area, okay? Like you can see me illustrate. I will do the same to the back panel, also use bias to tidy up the neck. I will join my shoulders to shoulder, okay? Like you can see me illustrate. All right. After doing that, I'm going to, after doing that, it becomes one piece. So this is the skirt part, okay? So I just place my upper bodies, on my skirt. We've done this before on our corsets. You can go back to the corset class and see if you think you're missing out anything. So I measure from the waistline of the skirt to 8 inches. Do not forget 8 inches is the basque length, okay? 8 inches is the basque length. So I try to get the midpoint of my skirt. I'm getting the midpoint of my skirt, so on that midpoint, I'm going to roll a straight line of 8 inches. That is the basque, okay? I'm rolling a straight line of 8 inches, as you can see me do right now, okay? Straight line, 8 inches, and then I'm going to place the upper body on it. So I place the upper bodies this way. That pointy side of the basque will be resting on the line of the skirt where I have the 8 inches line, okay? To make it very accurate, as you can see, everything is sitting well, okay? You can see how I'm placing the basque. We've done this in our corset class, guys. You can revert, okay? It's exactly the same thing. So I pinned, okay, to keep it in place for me before I use my chalk to trace it out, okay? I'm just trying to arrange it properly. So guys, you don't necessarily have to do a corset to get a basque, okay? With your bustiers, either your bustier or your princess bustier, you can do a basque. The way it is right now, you can add boning to it if you want to, and it's really going to look like a corset, okay? You can revert to me if you need more details and illustration on this. So I'm just cutting out where we have chalked, where, yeah, I'm cutting out, leaving a 0.5 inch above the line I chalked out as my seam allowance, okay? I'm placing to be sure, and then I think I've noticed something. I'm just going to chalk a little more again, okay? Just going to chalk a little more. The part where I noticed is not properly straight, and then I'm going to trim that part off again just a little, okay? Yeah, so we are good, okay? So you just take it after all of this and you stitch, okay? So I flip it this way, okay? I flip it this way, guys, and then I'm just going to sew to this side first. After sewing, I will come turn it like this and then sew to the other side. And then, guys, we are good with this, okay? We are so good with this, okay? This is the inner part. We have joined. Do not forget to overlock. Okay, so you put your back pieces and panel together. Okay, and your dress is ready, guys. Don't forget, the emphasis for this was the Basque waistline and the princess that cuts along illusion. Okay, and then we are done. All right, you're going to see the final outlook, and this is the final outlook, guys. The first row is the part where we've not embellished the basque, and this is the part where we have embellished the basque the way the client wants it. And as you can see, it's a 6 pieces dress with a tray at the back with some little razzmatazz here and there. Guys, it's not beautiful, in the video. You needed to see it in the real life. Oh God, it is beautiful, guys. So beautiful, so beautiful. So do not forget to subscribe if you find value in this tutorial. Please hit the subscription button. All right, do not forget to tap on the notification bell so you get notified each time we drop a new video for more and more and more and more detailed tutorial. Okay, I remain your favorite Fashion Boss Innovations Academy. You keep practicing, because in a consistent practice lies your perfection, guys. We are going to see you guys in our next tutorial video. Okay, do not forget to subscribe. I love you guys. I love you guys. Stay well, stay blessed, and stay safe. Bye bye for now. Bye for now, guys. Bye for now. See you guys in the next class.